Good morning. I pray that your Wednesday was filled with spaces and places of joy, of peace, of happiness. I was going to try to video while I was walking down to this little jungle yoga place, but the bugs were getting in my eye, and so I have to wait till I'm standing still. Today our topic is, what is your motivation? Or maybe it's remember your motivation. Remember your motivation. You know, a lot of people, as the year began, they set intentions, they made resolutions. We determined that there were some things we wanted to do differently. Some of us, myself included, I gained 20 pounds during COVID, particularly when I was no longer able to take the walks that I was doing because of my hip. But interestingly enough, a little side note, my intentions for 2022 is not necessarily anything to do with weight. It had more to do with what I want in my life. In terms of weight, I want to be healthy, okay? I want to be healthy. I want to maximize my health. I do believe that if I had less weight, my hip may not necessarily be such an issue. But anyway, back to remember your motivation. And I thought about this morning as I was eating a wonderful, wonderful bowl of oatmeal. And you're like, how could oatmeal be so wonderful? Trust me, it really, really was. It was very, very good. It was oatmeal with almonds and chunks of papaya in it. It was really, really good. But I was thinking about, here in my wellness retreat, every morning there has been yoga at 8:30, and the instructor was not going to be here today, nor was she here yesterday. So yesterday I got up, I took a little quick walk, and then I came down and did my own little yoga practice. Today I didn't really feel about it, but I thought about, you can always go back to your room. You could just sit and meditate. But I remembered my motivation. My motivation is that I want to be able to be in as little pain as possible. And what helps the pain from my hip is when I stretch it. It really, really does help it. So I brought myself down to this yoga place, and I'm preparing to do my version of yoga. But for you, whatever your motivation is, a lot of times we set these intentions, we set these resolutions, and it seems like very quickly we start slacking. We may begin doing it on a regular basis, but then we start to slack. And there is a woman who calls herself the Nap Ministry, who's very much promotes not pushing yourself, not setting a lot of goals, but just to get back into the practice of relaxing, of doing some self-care. And I very much resonate with that. I do believe that we are just entirely too frantic. We are entirely too stressed out. And yes, there's a number of things that keeps us stressed out, but I think sometimes there are some things that we can let go of, sometimes that we can build into our day to just relax, to just breathe, to just be still. But how does that interact with remembering your motivation? Okay, but there are some things, we have some goals, we have some dreams that we would like to achieve. And so that's what I'm really talking about. I'm talking about, and I think goals and dreams are really important because it helps us to be it brings us satisfaction. It helps us to feel good. I'm all for relaxing. I'm all for being at home. Look at my finger like this. I'm all for that. But still, there are some things that that there's some situations. There's some things that I know that that could help me in pursuing those goals. So let's say, like me, you got up today and you really know that you really had no motivation to physically move your body, maybe take a break. It's okay. You don't have to do it. But if you're anything like me, if I take a break for too long, it's harder for me to get started. I know myself. So I think the first message is have self-awareness. Understand that if you give yourself permission to take a break, are you the type who will come back afterwards? Or are you the type that a break will mean, now that Peloton or that exercise bike or that exercise equipment is now holding your clothes or just gaining dust? So it's really up to you to use your own discernment. This is day 7 of my wellness retreat in beautiful Costa Rica. I show you all a view every day. It's the same view from yesterday because I'm kind of in the same spot. And I will be here for another 7 days. You all won't see this video until I return because the internet is really, really spotty. And you can possibly hear trucks because, believe it or not, this wellness retreat is really not that far from the main road. But I can tell you, I am enjoying my stay here. There's a project that I started working on yesterday that I've been making some progress with. And I'll tell you, I'm writing another book. And it's about the process of aging from my perspective. And yesterday I wrote the introduction as well as the first chapter. And my goal is to see if I can write some more. You know, I don't have a set numbers of chapters I want to write. If I don't write another chapter, that's okay also. But this gives me the time and space away to, particularly to be away from TV. So I can focus on just writing. What is my motivation about this book? It's because I want to encourage other people as they go through the process and maybe give some hints to people who are going through some of the aging process and simply did not know that that's a part of aging. And you may say, well, how people didn't know that? Well, I didn't, so there. Anyway, have a wonderful day while I get ready to do my yoga, and I will talk with you later. Love you all. Bye-bye.